Hey guys, just wanted to make a pretty quick YouTube video here, and just kind of wondering what your guys' thoughts, opinions, whatever are on where you think the metals will, what they'll do next year. Maybe the first part of next year or whatever. Just kind of been checking the internet, getting different articles here and there, same as usual, but thought it might be kind of neat to get your guys' opinions. You think we'll be up, down, sideways, no change, whatever. And if any of you, that want to leave a comment, have any articles that you find, fairly recent ones, a lot of old stuff out there, but how things change pretty quick anymore. If you got any current articles about, anything that could, make you think anyway that it's going to go one way or the other, feel free to put them down in the comments. It's always neat to, get as many people's opinions as you can. Kind of like watching the financial channels or any mainstream media. Nothing wrong with watching it, just, make up your own mind. Watch different channels, read different articles, different websites, forums, whatever. But, get all the information you can and then make up your own mind. That's the main thing. I never want to, buy or sell or whatever on anybody's recommendation, so to speak, regardless of how credible they may be. A lot of people, well, like you guys watching this, subscribe to me, listen to what I got to say, and I appreciate all that. But even me, don't take anything I say as a reason for you to buy, sell, whatever. Everybody's situation's different. What works for one may not work for the other. You know how that goes. But yeah, just kind of wondered, what your guys' thoughts and opinions are for the rest of the year and going into 2015. Should be interesting, to say the least. The only thing that I've seen recent that's came out, and I don't know a whole lot about it, the CME that, runs, regulates, whatever you want to call it, a lot of the commodities, the futures anyway, put out a new rule, which, I don't know a whole lot about it. It's just saying that if gold was to move anytime during the trading day, $100 move from the previous day's close, and silver the same way, but it's a $3 move, which are big moves. I mean, I don't remember ever seeing moves that large. But if it happens, they said they're going to shut it off for 5 minutes, trading on that particular metal, to, I don't know, reevaluate or whatever. They do it with stocks all the time, called circuit breakers. Because usually, it's out of the ordinary move, and somebody might have, had a fat finger mistake, as they call it, hit the wrong button, as I'm sure we've all done on the computer at one time or another. So we all make mistakes, and they're trying to, they say, prevent a lot of that, but you know how they are. They always got something else up their sleeves. I mean, they sure didn't do any of this, the night that it was almost 50 bucks and was dropping like $1 a minute for silver. I'm sure most of us remember that. But, yeah, they say they're trying to prevent a lot of that, and, computer programs going wild, and, like I said, fat finger mistakes, which we have done, go to send a pretty personal email and hit the reply all button type of thing. So they're trying to prevent that kind of stuff, so they say. But who knows? I'll post a link down in the description of, that article. It's all over the internet, but I'll post it. I can't really find much information about it other than, a lot of sites posting the same thing. So, But like I said, it's always interesting to hear your guys' opinions and everything, and, how you've been doing as far as stacking, or whatever comments you want to leave. I've still been stacking and holding to the same, I don't know, methodology, whatever you want to call it, as I always have. Don't worry too much about spot. If you got the money, buy it as close to spot as possible, and, it all works out in the long run. Because, I don't know, the way I usually do it, buying, 20 ounces or less, usually less at a time, then, a few cents here and there is not going to make really any difference. Now, granted, if you're the type out there that can buy, I don't know, a monster box of something, or, big amounts, 500, 1,000 ounces or several ounces of gold, whatever, then yeah, you know, small moves can make a difference. But for people like myself, and I'm sure a lot of us, it doesn't make as much of a difference. So, like I said, just buy it as close to spot and be done with it. Set it to the side and it'll work out. You get a good average in the long run. So that's one thing I want to say too, is a recommendation. Anybody that may be, you know, new into the metals, whatever, keep a good cost average. I mean, the way I personally do it, I'll kind of wrap up with this, is I group everything together. I don't care if I've got an eagle, a maple, a generic, whatever, buffalo. I group it all the same. You know, it's all silver, doesn't matter. So that way, you know, when you go to sell, you know what your break-even point is, and you can figure out from there. And I'll put another link down in the description, but it's a program I use on my computer. It's called My Bullion Tracker. It's from Northwest Territorial Mint. Real small program, but you just put in, you know, that you bought, you know, however many ounces, grams, whatever, of gold, silver. It's got all the metals in there. And then, you know, put what weight you bought, how much of that weight, you know, what you paid, and it'll keep a tally for you. And it updates every couple minutes with spot price, so you can always look and see, you know. And another thing too, when you get a cost average, whether it's high or whatever, it's always kind of, you know, motivating to me to see, well, I've got a, you know, say $25 cost average, for example, and it's always nice to, you know, watch it go down. That's the one thing you want to go down, is your cost average. Get it as low as possible. So it's nice to, you know, be able to look at it. And but another thing I do too is when you do that, you can export it to a text file, whatever, but I just use Notepad or something and write it down. You know, put down you have, you know, so many ounces of whatever, and your average per ounce is, you know, whatever. So that way, just in case, you know, something happens and you know, mess up the program, it gets deleted, whatever, you know, you still got a backup, so you don't have to try to remember, because it's hard to remember all that stuff when you buy over time. But yeah, it's a good program. Like I said, real small, easy way to just look at it, see where you're at. And when you group everything together, it doesn't matter. I mean, well, like I said, it's all silver, so personally I don't care, eagle or high precious metals round, some generic buffalo, whatever. You know, it all sells. It's all silver, so group it all together and just do it that way. That's my you know, thought on that. Now, if you want to get into numismatics, graded stuff, that's a whole nother thing. It don't factor in on this, but just for your stacking purposes, you know, group it together, get you an average, and, you know, go that route. And it's always fun, like I said, to get below your average. And as long as, no matter what you buy, if premiums get a little out of whack, hey, as long as it's under your average, even a little bit, hey, it always helps, you know, to go down. So that's about all I got to say for this. Just post your comments down below, like I said, of what you think things are going to do in the near future, and I'll put those 2 links in there. And if anybody else has any, you know, articles of any kind, you know, feel free to, you know, you can send me a private message if you run across them or whatever. But I always get notified when people leave a comment anyway, so I can find them that way. And that's really the best way, is to leave them in the comments. That way other people, you know, like yourself, can, you know, look at them and make up their opinion too. So thanks for watching, and if anybody new runs across any of my videos, feel free to, you know, subscribe, and you can share it, like it, and all that, you know, stuff you want. I don't make any money off all those likes and shares and stuff, but, you know, just trying to spread the little thoughts and whatever I come up with. So appreciate all you guys subscribing over the years and sticking with me. I don't make as many videos as I used to, but, you know, I still put them out here and there. So thanks for watching, and keep stacking, and happy holidays to everybody. Thanks.